The best thing about these pancakes, besides how they taste, is that you can actually meal prep these in advance. This recipe came from my full fat version. I just changed around a few ingredients. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Mina, culinary school grad, former professional cook, bringing you delicious anabolic recipes. If you're just here for the recipe, it's right here. It's also in the description, but the value of my videos really comes from watching them. So protein powder, regular flour, then we're gonna put in some salt and baking powder. So let's talk about why baking powder, not baking soda. Some recipes out there for pancakes call for baking soda, and they're probably buttermilk pancakes. Baking soda is only one ingredient. It's sodium bicarbonate. So for it to react and rise the way we want it to, it needs an acidic agent of some sort. So this is kind of like the science experiments that you would do with a volcano, where the acidic agent in that case would be vinegar. But in baking, it's usually lime juice or cream of tartar. And in the case of the buttermilk pancakes, the buttermilk is actually sour enough to act as the acidic agent. Now, baking powder is basically just baking soda with that acidic agent already added in there. Some companies out there also like to add a little bit of cornstarch. And for my sweetener, I used Monkfruit Sweetener. In my opinion, it's the best one. I have tried a few. Here are the ones that I've tried. I've tried Splenda, Swerve, Stevia, Monkfruit Brown, Monkfruit White, Erythritol, and Swerve. I think tried a few kinds of Swerve, but I settled on the Monkfruit White. That's really my favorite sweetener right now. Also, if you plan to substitute any of these sweeteners, I recommend that you do it by volume, not by weight, because that's really the way that they do the calculations for the substitutions, is by volume, not by weight. Next, 1 egg. Crack your egg on a flat surface as opposed to the edge of the bowl. This will prevent the shell from cracking and going into your egg. Some vanilla, egg whites, applesauce, and the cashew milk. And mix it all together. And you mixed your dry ingredients too, right? I'm sure that you did. Once we have our dry and the wet ingredients, this is the perfect step to stop if you want to meal prep. So anytime you want to make the pancakes, you just take the dry ingredients, take the wet ingredients, mix them, and make your pancakes. Easy, done. If you have to mix the batter ahead of time, I wouldn't use it for more than a few days of it being in the fridge. Also, leave the baking powder out because it won't be active anymore by the time that you use it. When you mix this batter, don't over mix it. You're gonna end up with chewy, bready pancakes. You don't want any gluten here to develop, or as little gluten as possible. So as soon as the flour is mixed, that's it. When it comes to cooking them, you can obviously use a non-stick spray. In addition to that, I also use some unsalted butter. I use a very small amount. I just brush it across the pan. This helps with the coloring and it just tastes great. Who doesn't love brown butter? When you first cook a batch of pancakes, the first 1 or 2 pancakes are probably not going to be the greatest ones. You kind of need to know the temperature of the pan and get it exactly where it needs to be. Every stove is different. On my stove, I know it's about low to medium, medium to low. Around that is where I get a nice pancake. The right time to flip the pancake is when you see all these bubbles everywhere on the pancake. This is what happens when you flip it too early. Don't do that. If you follow me on social media, you'll probably see me make these. These were the Kodiak ones. I wanted to try and see what they were like. They were actually pretty good. I liked them, but they tasted too whole wheaty, but that was to be expected because their main flour was whole wheat flour. I'm just not a fan of whole wheat flour that much, especially when it comes to something sweet. And these are mine. You could tell it looks pretty much like a pancake. It's got the bubbles in there, it rose pretty well, it's got the consistency to it of a pancake. Now keep in mind, when it comes to taste, your protein powder will hugely impact what the flavor of these pancakes will be. And now that I'm thinking about it, it would be really interesting to try this with unflavored protein. That is a big stack of pancakes. Probably not for one person. This could be more than enough for 2 people. 10 whole pancakes here. The main flavor of these will come from the protein, so make sure that your protein actually tastes good. Because if your protein tastes bad, these will taste bad also. So make sure that your protein tastes good by itself. This is a lot of pancakes. I'm probably not gonna finish this right now. So the calories and the macros will be on the screen at some point. This is the calories and the macros for this whole recipe. I will also have the calories and macros for one pancakes, so that's dividing this recipe by 10. And you can see here all the ingredients that I put into my FitnessPal, and these are the calories it came out with. You may notice that the calories and the macros don't match exactly gram for gram. I made a video already on it. I will link up there and in the description. Go check that out. It will answer all your questions there. Definitely go try these. These are so easy to make, so easy to meal prep ahead of time. You can make the batter ahead of time. You can make the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients ahead of time, like I showed you earlier. You just have to make some pancakes, and your kids will never know the difference. And if you make this recipe, if you make any of my recipes, be sure to tag me on Instagram so I could repost you. I repost back everybody who tags me. Go check out the community tab. That's where you will see all the behind the scenes stuff, all the pictures, all the videos that are coming up. I keep you guys updated there of all the recipes that I have in the works. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed anything about this video, if you learned anything from this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.